Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. All right. It is 6:30. I'd like to call this meeting of the Morrison City Council to order. Clerk, would you call the roll?
Bruckner. Here. Buckwalter.
Here.
Mahaffey.
Here.
Schlegel.
Here.
Travell. Tickler.
Here.
Okay.
And say the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Okay. I think I'm on, but it doesn't matter. We have two. Oh, sorry. That was way up. Okay. Two folks signed up for public comment. Lee, thanks for being here.
All right, thank you, Mayor, council members. My name is Lee Ariano. I'm your state senator, so I'm just here purely to introduce myself, make sure you have my office's information, contact me as needed. Nancy Naylor, who's here with me, is my chief of staff. She's also on the Lee County Board, so she's an experienced local official herself. Some of you I've met before, you know, I was mayor of Dixon for 8 years, so I'm very familiar with municipal issues and challenges. I actually served on the IML board for a number of years because I was very impressed with their work for municipalities and wanted to be part of that on a bigger stage. So I was mayor for 8 years, also have experience as a small business owner. I'm an Army engineer. I serve currently out of the Quad Cities. So really passionate about government reform and making sure rural voices are represented. I grew up in Granny Tour, which is whopping metropolis of about 350 people. And Dixon was the big city to me when I was growing up, and still in many ways is the big city to me. So I very much am passionate about making sure our small communities are represented down in Springfield. There's been a lot of buzz in the news about the gerrymandered maps, and that does put us at a disadvantage sometimes in the urban versus rural discussions with our friends in Chicago, right? And so I am very passionate about representing my 12 counties because yes, they have chopped us up into 12 counties. Whiteside and Lee are the only 2 counties completely in the 37th Senate District. All the other 10 are chopped up in some way or another. And so it's very important to me to get out, talk to the county boards, talk to the city councils, and make sure local officials know who I am, that I've had some FaceTime. Because in order to truly represent that kind of sprawling map, I need to make sure good folks like you are hounding me to do my job and letting me know about the challenges of your region. I know as a mayor that nobody knows their community better than the local officials who represent them. So one of my duties is to make sure I get into all corners of our weird map and make sure I'm bringing my voice there and know your issues. And one of your duties is to make sure I do and make sure I do my job. So as you have events or needs come up, please share them via email, text, whatever works for you with me and my office. We have session coming up in January. We'll have a veto session again this fall. We'll be looking at some statewide taxes for infrastructure and public transit. And so making sure that I'm well aware of our needs in rural areas.
There's a knob on the front of it. Turn it down.
Yes.
On the back of it.
Behind, yeah. Yeah.
I think that's a little better.
Yeah, thanks. Other direction.
Oh. Yikes. There's a knob on the back. Is that better?
Yeah.
So,
Got it. I found it.
Yeah,
After the storm, we'll have his eardrums.
that's it.
All right. Well, anyway, that pretty much closes up my thoughts anyway, if you can still hear me. My goal is to represent our rural areas. We will have those maps.
we turned ours off. That should help.
Yes, just fine.
All right.
Orson, we have a problem.
So as those discussions come up in Springfield, what I ask is, make sure you're reaching out to me, letting me know what your concerns and issues are. That will be a statewide taxes that are getting considered in the veto session, and I am taking any and all needs and prepping my legislation for January when we resume our regular session. I already have about 3 to 5 bills that I will be introducing that have purely come from ideas as I've been traveling this summer to the different areas. So if they get passed, I'll be gladly taking credit for in Springfield, but they were really ideas, folks, thank you, out in the district, hopefully make things a little better. One of the ideas that Representative Fritz and I were able to pass came from a township right here in Whiteside County, and the governor recently signed that into law. So as much as it might be a struggle to be in the super minority, as a freshman rural senator, some of our stuff does get through when we're educated on the issues, and often that education comes from folks like you. So that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to make sure you see me, met me, you have my contact information. Please, by all means, let me know when you have events in Morrison. I try to keep them on my calendar, and I look forward to serving you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sorry for the music.
Bob.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Council, I'm glad the microphone. Having it empty for me. So I'm here with several hats. As most of you know, I'm active in the community. So I'd like to thank you folks for serving on the council and takes a lot of your time, and it's sometimes not fun. So appreciate your help. First hat that I'm wearing is Lions Club. Want to thank the city workers for taking the time to repair our basketball hoop that we had put up at French Creek Park. We had noticed that it was starting to tilt. So I don't have any video evidence, but I don't know if the mayor was dunking over all the
Don't.
might hung on the rim. Yes. So we appreciate the city workers taking care of that for us. The other thing that we appreciate the city workers doing, Lions Club does take care of putting up flags during Memorial Day weekend. And so we appreciate them marking the holders for us so we can more easily find where they need to be put. So we appreciate that. The next hat that I have on is I recently nominated to be the president of the Morrison Area Development Corporation. So I'm new to the role, but not to the group. I've been on the board for a number of years. And so we're looking forward to trying to see what we can do to help the community to move forward with various initiatives. One of the things that we appreciate is obviously the city helping us with funding. So we appreciate you budgeting some money for us to be able to support our efforts. Liz Buckwalter has been our executive director now for a couple of years, so we're continuing to work with her to move forward. One of the things that we just recently did was working with Grace and Harmon here locally to get a new website put up, and that just recently went live. So I encourage you to take a look at that. It's under morrisonareadevelopment.com. And give us any feedback that you have. We'd like to make sure that we're covering anything that's pertinent regarding the community, and certainly appreciate any feedback. The third hat that I have on it is I work at TGK Bank, and one of the items on the agenda tonight is a proposal that was together. So I'm just available for any questions should they arise. All right. All right.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Right, we have a written report from the chief. It's my pleasure to swear in Officer Sage. And we're also happy that Sauk Valley now has a police academy, so we don't have to send folks down to Champaign. Do you have anything else to add?
No.
Great. Unfortunately, we don't have the July treasurer's report. Do you have anything else to add?
I don't, sorry, I haven't been here. Moved it for this.
That's right.
Good.
Okay. Thank you. All right. There are 10 items on the consent agenda. Does anybody wish to remove any of those items?
Yes, number 8.
8, pollinator plot at French Creek Park. Alderman Schlegel has wished to take out of consent. Any others? If not, items 1 through 7 and 9 and 10 would entertain a motion to approve those. So it's kind of excluding 4, the treasurer's report. Oh, yeah, there is no treasurer's report, yes.
So move.
All right, so to clarify, items 1 through 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. Is that
Correct.
okay with your motion?
Yes. Approve that.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. It's on the table for discussion. There is money involved, so we do need a roll call vote.
Bruckner,
Yes.
Buckwalter,
Yes.
Mahaffey,
Yes.
Schlegel,
Yes.
Tickler,
Yeah.
motion passed.
Okay. Pollinator Park at French Creek Park, Alderman Schlegel.
Couple of comments or questions. I know it seems to be the mode, people want to put pollinator plots in. I know we have one down at Waterworks Park already. To me, it looks like an eyesore. Is there anything we can do differently to make them look non-eyesore-ish, if that's a word? Because you drive by and it just looks like a weed patch. I do not want to put a weed patch at French Creek Park. I know it's be less mowing, but I don't think they're very appealing, especially if we're looking at trying to get code enforcement officer to clean up yard and buildings and things like that, and other things, not just that. I just think we're kind of going backwards a little bit.
I'm gonna throw away that I agree with him, because French Creek Park is what you see as you come into town via Route 78. So I'm not opposed to a different location, but that just says, because they do look like a weed patch. I mean, I get both sides, but that just says, hey, welcome to our on park immediately, right?
Is the hospital, I mean, is there a reason they want to put it there versus on hospital property?
The hospital has unofficial responsibility for the community garden. So that when you complain about the community garden being overgrown, the board takes care of that. And they thought, well, if we're doing that, could we have a plot just next to the community garden for a pollinator park? That's the genesis of it.
Could it be anywhere else in French Creek Park, like further back, maybe?
Right.
I mean, I know it's next to the garden, so that's probably why they're thinking there.
Right, that was
You
convenient,
know, could it be?
at least my understanding.
Yeah, I mean, can you put it back away from the road a little bit?
Yes.
You can put it anywhere you want, to be blunt.
If you wanna-
Because that's not right.
Yeah. If you wanna approve the request, you can approve it, you cannot approve it, you can put it where you want.
I would like to table that request to go back to the hospital and see if they're dead set on that location, rather than shutting them down. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
If they're open to a potential different location. That would be more conducive for both of us.
Okay, so the mayor would suggest a motion to instruct the city, contact the hospital and discuss with them a different location.
I just don't want one.
Okay,
I mean, I just think I mean, we have it down in Waterworks and nobody takes care of it, or maybe that's what it's supposed to look like, but it looks horrible. Absolutely horrible in town. And we can put it outside of town, it wouldn't be our problem.
There's to also.
well, we can't do anything outside of town,
I know, that's why they.
to be frank.
Well, I know.
Good, Todd, there's actually another one up at Northside School.
Yeah.
That one is.
The little kids did that, yeah.
Yeah, and it's tended to by volunteers, and honestly, they keep it very manicured looking.
Yeah.
And you would never know it's not like you're like, oh, we need,
Right.
you know what I mean? So it is possible
Well,
to,
I'm not opposed to them in general, I just think the ones we have, not counting that one,
Right.
just looked horrible.
Yeah, when you Google it, it said one of the big things is you have to maintain your garden,
Mhm.
like for them to see.
And they do not,
Yeah,
yeah.
All right, this is the opportunity for a motion or nothing. Um, and at this point, I'm not hearing a motion.
I would make a motion to instruct the city to go back to the hospital and see if, a different location, could be agreed upon, rather than that specific location.
Is there a second?
Can I still make a comment? I mean, there's somebody in this room that did say a few years ago, they had the same thing that needed to be burnt like 3 times before it turned into something. We did not do that, obviously. So just,
All right,
that's just for added care.
okay. So the mayor is gonna distance himself from the discussion because he is a Rotarian. And the Rotarian is in the pollinator plot. There's a motion on the floor. There is not a second. Therefore, the subject dies. Item 2 on items for consideration. The sewer lining project, we actually had a decrease of well over $200,000. On your pages 30 and 31, city administrator, do you wish to elaborate on that? I think you wrote about it in your missive to the council.
In short, only certain areas of Morrison are eligible through this grant program, this grant award for this cycle, to put the sewer lining project into place. To be straight up with you, our engineer did not fulfill all the locations that we wanted in this grant program. Therefore, we could not get it all done in this round. So that's why it's decreased that amount and more, actually. So we are
So
going
it's
to,
incomplete, right?
well, it's not incomplete. It's just we couldn't do as much as we were awarded for because they drug their feet essentially. And
So
our
we're just-
engineering service.
Okay.
So we're just losing money?
No, we're not losing money. We're just, well, we're losing the opportunity. We're losing the opportunity to
Can we go back
spend
to the
state money.
engineering firm?
Yeah, we've had that discussion and they are going to do another round of this grant for us at no charge. So
But
we're gonna get all that back hopefully and more.
Okay, that
in the
won't
next
affect our.
No, it's not-
Say, oh,
no.
we gave you this much last year, we're going to do that.
No, we've had those discussions with DCEO and we just ran out of time essentially. So, and the engineer that was responsible for that no longer works for that firm, so I think they've addressed the issue. So therefore, we have to do a change order for the decrease of the 222,000. Doesn't affect what we did. We got everything done. We're good. So
What's the percent that we have left? That we didn't get done? 20%?
well, we were initially awarded almost $1.3 million and we spent just short of 400,000. Sold about
1/3, 2/3.
And
who's good at math.
I don't know.
1/3,
Bad.
2/3, so
Bad.
a third.
we spent 1/3 of what we were awarded, yeah.
Mm.
It's just
So yeah,
crazy.
we still got a lot done with that amount, because the bid actually came in less than anticipated to begin with. It's just, yeah, we just ran out of time and that's pretty much it.
there a motion to approve change order number 1 on the sewer lining project?
So moved. Second.
Any further discussion? Does involve money, we would need a roll call, please.
Bruckner,
Yes.
Buckwalter,
Yes.
Mahaffey,
Yes,
Schlegel,
Yeah.
Tickler,
Yeah.
motion carried.
Okay. To the sewer lining project, the pay request of the $400,000 or 395 and change on your pages 32 to 58. Is there a motion to approve? It's been moved and seconded. It's on the floor for further discussion and questions. Again, since there's money involved, we would need a roll call, please.
Bruckner,
Yes.
Buckwalter,
Yes.
Mahaffey,
yes,
Schlegel,
Yeah.
Tickler,
Yeah.
motion carried. I'm sorry, the second was for Buckwalter or Todd? That last motion.
Thank you.
I second it.
Sorry.
Thank you. Okay. Item number 4, pay request number 3, the Public Works Building painting project for 14,000, almost $15,000 on your page 59. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
second,
It's been moved and seconded. It is on the floor for discussion.
I will start with that if I could, Mr. Mayor.
Please.
This particular amount is specifically for the roof of building number 2. It was in the contract and it was in the contract as a separate project.
Mhm.
This roof was done by a subcontractor and he did a good job.
you can ask if it was done to your satisfaction. I know you've been monitoring it.
So. What's that? I'm sorry.
I mean, I just wanted to ask if it was done to your satisfaction. I know you've been overseeing that, monitoring.
Yes, the roof, yes,
Okay,
the roof, yes. Everything else continues to be an issue. So. But the roof is good. So I would recommend paying this portion.
Any further questions? Discussion? Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Bruckner,
Yes.
Buckwalter,
Yes.
Mahaffey,
yes,
Schlegel,
Yeah.
Tickler,
Yeah.
motion carried.
All right, item 5 from TBK Bank. They proposed an account to the city. You see their proposal starting on your page 60. And this would be new money from the city. We would take $500,000 from Illinois funds to invest in the TBK Intrafi account. Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Questions?
So if I
And
may,
Bob is here as well, but
If I may.
yeah, we'll have the city administrator tee it up.
just real quick overview, so. Most of our, I will say, most of the city's funding is in Illinois funds. We obviously maintain. A couple accounts with TBK Bank, essentially to do our everyday operational stuff. Business, payroll, paying bills, etc. And we maintain, well, till now, right at the FDIC limit of 250,000. So we were, we tried to maintain an average balance of 250,000. With that, because of the way that account was set up, very little to no interest. 0.1%. Right, Bob?
Right.
On a second, not making any money on our interest. So Shelley at the office does an awesome job in maintaining our money and the flow between all the accounts. And so in the Illinois funds, we are receiving an average of 4.5% interest on approximately $6 million. TBK Bank has approached us to establish and I always get this wrong, an intra-fi account. So Bob can explain a little bit better, but it allows us to hold more money locally with local benefits, but still have it insured, but yet be able to draw a better interest rate on it. TBK Bank has offered 4% on that funding. So I guess we'll open it up to any questions, but ultimately, we would be, it's kind of a two-phase. I know you've already made the motion, just so you're clear that the motion is to establish an intra-fi account with TBK Bank and transferring an additional 500,000 from Illinois funds to TBK for that funding. When the math works out, we're actually going to see a little increase in revenue, because once we establish the intra-fi account with TBK Bank, the other 250,000 that we maintain there will also see that same interest rate. So we're gaining that 3.9% on that money that we're technically losing a 0.5% from the Illinois funds. So in the end, it's kind of a no-brainer to do, and it benefits our community. It benefits the bank as well. So how is that, Bob?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Good job.
I want to ask really quick, is there a minimum amount that the city has to keep in that account, or is access limited? Only because if we run into an issue and have to pull those funds back, then are we going to be hit with penalties or fees that we need to take into consideration before opening?
No, there's not really a minimum. I mean, we know that there's gonna be fluctuations up and down, to cover checks and things. They don't have to do anything or they don't have to do anything manually to move money. It'll just automatically sweep back and forth. So like if you have to write out a check for 400,000 and there's only 100,000 in the money market account, it will just automatically sweep back. I mean, obviously we'd like to maintain roughly the 500,000 extra in the bank. But it's not a hard and fast, if you go below this, they're gonna drop the interest rate.
Okay,
There's no fees. The interest rate does cost the bank something, but we just cover that cost.
but then that cost isn't passed on to the city.
Right.
Yeah.
In our negotiations with Bob, the bank also reduced some of our other costs in our regular monthly fees with our checking account. So it's certainly,
That's where the benefit comes, yeah.
that's where some of the benefit comes as well.
I think it's a one page of it. Pretty much, there does a pretty good job.
Is there a time limit on that offer of that percentage rate on the account? I mean, is that limited to a certain amount of time before it would need to be renegotiated?
Well, it's gonna be a variable rate, so we're at 4% now. And just like Illinois funds, if rates go up in the market, their rate's gonna go up, our rate would go up, and then also would go down, so. The Fed's talking about potentially lowering rates in September. So I'm assuming the Illinois funds is gonna go down a little bit, and then ours will also, mirror that type of change to it. So it's still gonna be a competitive rate no matter what.
Okay, it's variable.
Yeah.
Great, okay. So many questions.
Did you read that?
Yeah, it was very good. No, it's fine. But as long as we're on the page. And also we would still have, what, roughly $5 million in Illinois funds, right? Slightly less.
5.5.
Yeah, so.
I'm sure Bob would like all the money.
The city's assets are very, very, very liquid.
And any amount we have through this account is FDIC insured. So that is one difference between the Illinois funds. I mean, it's not insured, although it's, you know, with the state of Illinois, so.
All right. Any further discussion, questions? All right, clerk, would you please call the roll?
Bruckner,
Yes.
Buckwalter,
Yes.
Mahaffey,
Yes,
Schlegel,
Yes.
Tipper,
Yes.
motion carried.
All right.
Thank you.
thank you, Bob.
The next item is for solar with Keystone. Laura Lynn is on the phone? Yes. Did you? Can you hear? You, all right. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not hearing it. You guys hear me?
Everybody good? I think we can, yes.
Broken up.
Yeah,
Hi, this is Billy from Keystone. I'm one of the co-founders of the company. I'm on the call as well.
okay, perfect.
And Laura Lynn, I don't know, it sounds like she's breaking up. Are you able to hear her?
No, we can hear you good. But we
Okay.
can't-
Well, then why don't I just jump in?
Well, let's, I think first,
Sure.
we would, from the council, we need to get this on the table for discussion.
Got it.
It's been exposed to you two different times, council. I think we would need a motion from the council to authorize the city to engage with Keystone. Once it's on the table for approval, we can have questions and comments. Is there a motion to approve this agreement or this authorization for the city to engage? All right. Thank you for that formality. It is now on the table for discussion. In your packet, you do have the proposal. I'll take 30 seconds to sum it up. Keystone will put a solar array on the property adjacent, the city property adjacent to the wastewater treatment plant, which will provide electricity to run the wastewater treatment plant at a cost that is outlined in the proposal, which starts at 6 cents a kilowatt hour.
Correct.
6 cents a kilowatt hour and increases at a rate of 1.25% a year for 30 years. That will almost cover the wastewater treatment plant's consumption. The way the agreement is set out, it's not one of those agreements where you sell power back to the grid. We generate slightly less than what we'll use. And at the end of 30 years, the deal is done. There are options along that 30-year timeline for an exit or a buyout. And I'll leave it at that. I think I'd open up to questions from the council, and then we can have Keystone enter in with any answers.
Great. Thank you. You did a fantastic job explaining it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I would just invite, you said Billy?
Yes, yes. I'm one of the co-founders of Keystone. I can give you a little background on who I am.
Yes, I would just invite you to just kind of give the council a little background, like you just mentioned.
Sure. So Keystone Power Holdings is not new to renewables and specifically solar. We've been building and developing and owning solar for close to 20 years now. We own assets, solar assets in about 8 states across the country and in the United States as well as outside the country. We developed, built, and own about close to 26 water treatment plants, sewer plants that the offtakes are cities like yourself. And we have them in Illinois, and we can provide those reference letters for you as well. So it's been really successful what we're doing. The opportunity that we're offering you, unfortunately, fortunately, we have a short window, we believe. The big, beautiful bill that Trump has passed has really hurt the solar industry, and it shrunk our development window way down, where we have to file an interconnection with the utility and get approval in order for this to work by January 1 of 26. So we have to move at lightning speed. But the good news is we're very good at this, and this is all we do, and we've done lots of them in and around the area. I can certainly walk through the proposal with you. That's something Larlin was going to do, but I have it in front of me. More than happy to walk it through page by page. I don't know if you've done that yet, but I'm here to help answer any questions.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I'm still here too.
there you are.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. I could keep dropping out.
Much better connection, thank you. City Administrator Meltman and I went through a couple of conversations, and what we have on the screen here is the optimal placement of the solar grid. We tried to get it to the west. It's not going to work because it's too shady. To the south is probably too close to the road, and it might impede with future city use of that land. But you can see the blue dashes, that's the solar array. And then there's an orange line that goes chunk over to the actual treatment plant building, which is right in the center there. What's the term? It goes in behind the meter. So we do not sell anything back to the grid. We generate slightly less than the plant will use. So we will still be buying power from our aggregator, but whatever we use from the solar is guaranteed at 6 cents a kilowatt hour to grow by 1.25% per year.
Correct.
Sir.
Correct. The program you're in is a distributed generation program that was designated by the utility and the PUC, the Public Utility Commission, and we're not allowed to generate excess power and sell back to the grid. Every kilowatt, every watt we generate down to a watt is for your benefit and is credited to your account. So you see it all, no matter what.
And there's no upfront cost to the city, and this company Keystone also maintains the solar array. So
Correct.
if one of the
Yes.
panels is compromised or broken, you would come replace that to keep it operational with no cost to the city.
That's right. That's right. So we have a O&M administrator that manages and watches our plants and makes sure they're up 24 hours a day. We have also energy distributed. There's a DAS system that monitors 24 hours a day, but all that's on our cost. All the maintenance is on our cost as well.
So like if it gets hit by hail or anything like that?
Hail, tornado, flood, whatever it's our insurance and our problem.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So I'm just gonna ask you, because I might, like, where's the benefit to this country, or to this company to give us the solar array, and then we use all the electrical that's generated from it. I know I'm missing something.
You're paying 6 cents.
Correct. So we become the utility, even though we're not a utility, I can't say that, but we become we
Right.
we
The
we, be,
provider.
we become the generator providing power to you. And due to the state legislation, we're able to do that. They allow us to do that at a discounted rate. And what you're doing is you're locking and hedging your rate in. We know the rates are going up and they're going up substantially. And we know that it's in your proposal by that page in your proposal is probably one of the best pages that I look for. That page 8, historical industrial prices in Illinois. Page 8 in the proposal. I don't know if you all have it in front of you.
There. Sure.
Yep.
So then you would become, so like, for lack of anything else, our mediator for our electric being provided just to that location of the waste water treatment plant. It doesn't
Yes.
contractually obligate us to
No,
other city properties or
So
holdings
it's
to.
location specific.
correct. And it's meter specific as well. So that meter is registered in our interconnection agreement as the meter we will be applying the credits to your account in favor of you. We're not able to move the credits anywhere else. We're not able to move them to another meter. It's specific to that site and to that meter.
So my question is, based on the timeline that you give, and we're talking about approving this tonight, but then contracts would have to be clearly evaluated and signed. So
Absolutely.
do you, in your experience, believe that if we agreed to everything, this is not just possible, but probable that you would meet the timelines imposed to have this done by?
Yes, we would be doing this. We've built, to give you an idea, your job is 500 kW, which is half a megawatt. We currently have 18 megawatts under construction as we speak. So we have the bandwidth to do it and we have the resources to do it. The good news with us is everything's done by us. We not only develop it, we also construct it. We own a construction company and we build it. So yes, we believe we can meet the timeline. And if we can't meet the timeline, it's going to cost us with engineering and plan submissions and electrical designs about 25 to 30,000 to submit. That's our risk, not yours. And we have, Laurelyn, I don't think, and you've been with us a long time, we've never not built one that we've had approved.
That's correct. Yeah, they're
They've
either
all-
completed or being completed now. That's correct.
Right. So the only caveat is, and it's our risk, is if we can get the interconnection filed. Typically, when we get an approval like this, we'll send you PPAs and paperwork, and then we'll sit and wait until everything's signed. We've never not signed one, but we're going to have to spend the money and file for interconnect right away on your behalf, so we can meet that January 1 timeline.
Got it. Thank you.
Sure.
After the contract is up, after 30 years, and if at that point the city and the company decide to go different ways, do you guys then remove everything and put the land back the way it was now?
That's correct. We do that, or we renew, or we do fair market appraisals and you can buy it out. Now, those fair market appraisals start after year 10. If you like how things are going, you can buy it out at any time.
And if something happens and I don't know, for some reason in 20 years, solar isn't a thing anymore, would you guys come in and remove that stuff then, or would the contract be an additional 10 years?
Yeah, the contract's got to be fulfilled because this is a financing game. So what happens is we do not, receive, we have an internal rate of return on our money. We put up all the money, we build the solar farm, and we wait many, many years to recoup our investment, close to 18 years. So, those outlying years is where we earn our keep. So, yeah, we wouldn't just throw it in the trash. And it's going to produce well beyond 30 years. It's not, it just doesn't stop working after 30 years. The panels sit and collect sun. They degrade over time, a 0.5%. But, at the end of 30 years, it's still efficient and you're still going to be saving. If you look at the escalator, electric prices in 30 years are going to be 25, 30 cents a kilowatt, maybe more.
And Keystone's not able to say this, but I can to a certain degree that, so our bill is half and half paying for power and paying for the delivery of that power. The other half we pay to ComEd directly. I mean, we pay it all to ComEd right now, but, and so they can't show part of that savings either, because it's the distribution side, but we will save on the distribution side of power as well.
Correct.
We're
Correct.
only 5% of power from them, so we're only, we're not going to pay now.
Right. You will save on that side. Now, ComEd is very battery friendly. And, if we can get this done, we can come back later and propose a battery program for you as well.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yep. Yeah, so this is a good deal. We pay a lot of power. The wastewater treatment plant is our largest consuming facility for the city. We spend about $75,000-$80,000 a year just on power at that facility. So if we can save money, it's a good deal. It's a good decision.
And what we're looking at is that sheet that's with ComEd, right?
The sheet, which would be
price versus compare rate.
Yeah, you're looking at, well, the one you should be looking at is page 76 of the packet. Where
That's our negotiated rate with the aggregator, right?
Yes, with Keystone.
647,000 roughly stated.
Yes.
Yeah, there should be the current rate and the current price to compare for ComEd. So you have a rate now that's going to change. We use that rate now, but I think that expires, as we understood it, in a year or two. But the current ComEd price to compare is the other savings analysis we gave you. So we stayed conservative in the proposal and said the cumulative value just at your current rate is a little over $500,000. But the price to compare with ComEd, just from today, that's the price, would give you almost 1.8 million in savings. So it's probably going to be more over $500,000, but we gave you both.
While we can't predict the future of power, what we can do is predict inflation, even at 2%. And the power prices 20 years from now are going to be more, just like the cost of bread 20 years from now is going to be more. The question is how much more? But that chart on that page 7 is historical data from the FERC, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. That data is real. It's undisputable. And over long periods of time, it goes up.
Any more questions, further discussion? The motion is to authorize the city to enter into a contract with financial implications, so we do need a roll call vote. Clerk, would you call the roll?
Bruckner,
Yes.
Buckwalter,
Yes.
Mahaffey,
Yes.
Schlegel,
Yes.
Tickler,
Yes.
motion carried.
Thank you for making yourselves available. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're excited to get going. We'll get started right away.
You know how to get a hold of either Brian and me, and we'll get going. Thank you again.
That'll be great. Thank you. Everybody have a
Thank
good
you.
evening.
Good night.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Next item is a vehicle for the code enforcement officer. We have identified the pickup truck. We have almost hired a code enforcement officer. The pickup truck would need just some decals and emergency lighting and a radio, not super duper upgrades. Is there a motion to approve that purchase?
Second.
Been moved and seconded. It's on the floor for further discussion or questions.
I have a question. Why are we getting a truck? Most code enforcement officers just drive a car. So is there a reason or a thought process behind it needing to be a truck versus like a car for them to get for parking parking ordinances to be able to
Sure.
more easily navigate our streets?
This isn't a big truck. I mean, it's a full-size truck, but it's just a single regular cab. 8-foot bed. Be diverse, to be able to, so code enforcement, community service, in case the code enforcement officers has to pick up something involved with code enforcement. There's various things in code enforcement that would make a truck certainly more versatile than a car. Picking up bicycles, just various things. Picnic tables for downtown. A truck is more versatile than a car, especially from a city's perspective in service. So that's all.
I didn't think Sheriff had that, the government deal. I didn't think they wanted to do that, turned down. Cause haven't we been going out in the Iowa, buy our other stuff?
Yeah, but we were able to, this is still a new one, but it's 24, we were able to get some rebate off of it, $42.50 for it. So it's the best price I could find. You just paid 48 for a smaller SUV police vehicle. Anything you buy from Carlisle and Iowa is gonna be more.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah.
Because
this is a basic work truck. This isn't like a police package, police truck or anything. This is your basic Chevrolet. And our purpose is to decal this vehicle because we want it to be visible. We want people to see that code enforcement is out doing good things. So we can't share that vehicle then.
Yeah.
With the police department, with public works, that kind of thing. Pretty specific.
Further questions, discussion? All right. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Bruckner,
yes.
Buckwalter,
Yes.
Mahaffey,
Yes.
Schlegel,
Yes.
Tickler,
Yes.
motion carried.
Sales tax on groceries. The state came back to the city and said our ordinance was fine, except it had a glitch, which they requested that we amend. City administrator worked with the city attorney. And starting on your page 81 is the ordinance. The amendment to the ordinance on our grocery retailer tax. The sales tax will still go in effect January 1st. This the 1% that the state is going to stop charging, and municipalities were given the opportunity to impose that tax. So this is just an amendment of something the council has already approved. Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the amendment to the sales tax on groceries effective January 1st. Are there any further questions or discussion?
All this because of a number.
Yeah, okay. So there was a comma or a number or something.
Essentially a typo, literally. But they caught it, so.
All right, clerk, would you call the roll?
Bruckner.
Yes.
Buckwalter.
Yes.
Mahaffey,
Yes,
Schlegel,
Yes.
Tickler,
Yes.
motion carried.
Finally, Sauk Valley Impact Program. Most communities in the area have funded their impact. Morrison is close. We budgeted $5,000 for that. The request is to approve Morrison's contribution to the Sauk Valley Community College Impact Program in the amount of $5,000. Is there a motion to approve?
second,
It's been moved and seconded. It's on the floor for further discussion. Any questions? I think council should remember, we had a nice presentation a few months ago from the program. The program is unbelievably well received. Churches, the Loft, Paint the Town, all sorts of organizations are benefiting, and the participants are also benefiting from their hours, which are verified. All right, clerk, would you please call the roll?
Bruckner,
Yes.
Buckwalter,
Yes.
Mahaffey,
yes,
Schlegel,
Yes.
Tickler.
Yeah.
Motion carried.
All right, at this time, I would entertain a motion to move into executive session pursuant to the statutes as listed on the agenda.
So.
second.
All right. Our executive session is over and we are back in public session. I would entertain a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding with the Fraternal Order of Police regarding sergeant promotions.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. It's on the floor for further discussion. This is procedural. We can do a voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. At this time, I would also entertain a motion to continue keeping executive session minutes sealed but available with the amendment on the 14th of July, 2025.
So second.
Any questions or any further discussion on that motion? Appreciate that. All those in favor? Any opposed? And as always, a motion to adjourn is always in order.
So moved. Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, at 7:37, we are adjourned. Thank you all very much. Thank you. You need mine? That stuff.